Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Today, we're going to talk about renewing the spirit, right? I'm going to start off with a little story, so to speak. So, I knew this brother. He was married for about, let's say, 3 to 4 years. And his wife left him, right? He told me that one of the things that stuck out to him was that his wife said that she needed to work on herself by herself. And it's been dwelling on my mind, right? Because I know through experience and wisdom and knowledge that, for example, let's use sheep, right? When a flock of sheep, when one of the sheep or a few of them are, when they separate themselves, what does that mean? It means that they're hurt, right? I'm gonna look it up just so we got it, right? Why do sheep separate themselves from the flock? All right. It says sheep typically separate themselves from the flock due to illness, injury, or the need to give birth. Well, in this circumstance, it has nothing to do with giving birth, right? It's due to illness or injury. Now, that's on a physical level why a sheep is going to move itself from the flock, right? But on a spiritual level, people are spiritually ill. People are spiritually injured. And if they don't know, they won't know. Only someone with discernment and the spirit of the Most High can pick up on things like that. Right? So let's get into the precepts. Well, actually, before I get into the precepts, going back to that brother and his wife, her saying that that's a spiritual thing. Because what does Satan want to do? What is holy? Let me get this precept real quick. I think it's Hebrews, the book of Hebrews. Yeah, Hebrews 13:4. It says marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. So marriage is honorable in the sight of the Most High, and the bed undefiled. If Satan could come in betwixt and break up that marriage, then that marriage would be therefore unhonorable in the sight of the Most High, right? Find another precept. So my point is, a man trying to leave his wife for a reason like that, or vice versa, that's nothing more than Satan, right? This is Ephesians 4:27 says, neither give place to the devil, right? You don't want to give reverence to Satan by stepping away from something that is sanctified and holy in the sight of the Lord, right? Get another precept. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. Sorry, Slakia, for their background noise. I'm at work and I have to leave it on so people know that the store is operating at this time. So this is 1 Corinthians 7 and let's see. Right. 1 Corinthians 7:5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be of consent for a time. So this is going into laying down with your spouse, right? If you're not going to do that, you're going to give reverence to each, right? Now, if one party's like, I don't want to do that for a specific reason for a week, 3 months, or the case is, let y'all come in agreement with that. Y'all on the same page, right? Because you're one flesh. That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, or it can be for trying to work out a marital problem or issue by fasting and praying together. It says, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency. It's like it. Inconsistency, right? Because that's what happened. The marriage might lose a spark, whatever the case may be. And then now, someone is walking away saying, I need to work on myself by myself. Again, that's nothing but Satan. Because Satan is going to give you what feels good at that moment for the flesh, for all carnality. It's going to give you that pleasure. It's like you, out of nowhere, you get a craving for ice cream or soda, something sweet. When you normally not even on that type of time anymore. On a biological level, what that is signaling is that there's something living inside you, a parasite. Because you know that you should be drinking natural juices or water, coconut water, wherever it may be. Right? Honey, that's natural, that's sweet. But you want something that's artificial, always craving some sugar, some soda, some candy, some ice cream. Right? It's gonna make you desire those carnal pleasures, right? Because a lot of people, we eat for taste. We eat for the aesthetic. We eat for pleasure. We don't eat for health. We don't eat to live, right? So going back to the point with Satan, right? That's that evil. That's Satan in your mind tempting you to go do something which is pleasurable or sweet to the flesh, which is separate. I don't want to deal with structure anymore. I don't want authority anymore. So now you separate, right? You work on yourself by yourself. That's the candy. That's the ice cream. When really you need the vegetables. You need the herbs, right? You need the living water, which is the prayer and the fasting and going through that furnace of affliction and coming out whole and slacking and refined. All right, so let's get these precepts. All right, Psalms 51:8 to verse 10. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Right, that's not something that is necessary. Let's say on a physical level, that's not something that's pleasurable. When you, not that I advocate or promote Slakia, but you have certain, for example, like ballerina dancers, I believe. I could be wrong, but when they're really young, they'll put their foot, I believe, into a smaller shoe to like break the bones in the feet to make it easier for them to dance or whatever the case is. I don't know the purpose of that, but I know it's a practice where certain people do. They break those bones so that they come back stronger. Or let's say you accidentally break a bone or fracture it. It can come back stronger and healed, right? Or even when you I'm gonna leave it at that. So the reason why I'm saying this is King David saying this, right? He's saying he wants the Lord to let me read again. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Which they may rejoice. Because he understands that affliction is just nothing more than the Most High showing his love towards him. Because what father doesn't discipline their child when they truly love him? What man is not going to tell his daughter, hey, I love the fringes, but that dress is a little too short? Or even to your woman, right? I don't think you should go out this late at night today because there's been a lot of robberies going on this week in this specific area from this time to this time. A wise woman would adhere to that. A woman who reverences her husband, who respects the hierarchy, will do that. But a person or woman that is rebellious, that can't see the bigger picture, for lack of better terms, is not going to listen to that advice. All right? Verse 9, hide thy face from my sins. Right? Because when the Lord sees your sins, obviously he sees everything, but he sees, if every time you sin, the Most High reveals himself through an angel or a prophet or what have you, you're gonna feel like a piece of dung. You know what I'm saying? And this is not me saying that you shouldn't feel bad when you sin, but just imagine the intensity and the emphasis of the shame and guilt that you would feel. You'd feel like Adam that was trying to hide his nakedness, right? Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities, right? Asking the Most High to, brothers use this specifically, Brother Naquan will use this a few times, example, but basically let's say it's a sheet of paper with a whole bunch of black ink on it, and the Most High, or a whiteboard with black Sharpie ink on it, and the Most High just wipes all that out. Starts it over for you, clean slate. Verse 10, create in me a clean heart, right? A clean mind, right? O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Now, do you think that King David only asked the Lord to renew a right spirit within him one time? No. He is asked, that was probably a daily prayer that he asked, man. That's something daily that we should ask, right? Me, myself included, Psalms 51. And it just came to my mind, right, with Yahweh Shai, when he went to go pray, yes, he prayed by himself technically, but he still had the apostles and the disciples nearby. He didn't separate himself by cutting them off and never speaking to them again. He separated himself for a small, isolated situation with them within, when I say arm's reach, but within eyes reach, that they knew where he was and vice versa, right? Ephesians 4:22 says that you put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, right? So we'll read it and keep going. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on a new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. Now, when you're putting off your old man, can you physically step? Can I rip open my nose, ripping open my face, and another face come out, and I step out of this skin, and I'm a new person, and my skin is glowing, and my hair is healthy, and I'm standing up taller, like I'm ripping my skin, like shedding my skin like a snake or some type of reptile? No, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about moving different mannerisms, different actions, different way of thinking, and different mindset. Let's say your old conversation used to be about robbing people and stealing from stores or whatever. Now you don't talk about that no more, right? You don't talk about what's the next lick, right? You're talking about, man, the wonders of the kingdom. You're talking about current events. You're talking about, where can you go to get some fringes and ribbon and blue soda? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about going over the laws, talking about what does John 3:16 really mean? You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. All right, this is the last verse. I'm going to close out. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 31. I protest by your rejoicing, which I had in Hamashiach Yahushai, our Lord, I die daily. Right? Paul was dying daily. So if you're single, you're single. If you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, you're in a marriage. Tying it all together from the beginning story, a healthy marriage, a healthy relationship wouldn't be saying I need to work on myself by myself, but it'd rather be, okay, it's lucky. It'd be okay, I think I need some space for a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever the case may be. And then we come back and talk to it. Because, again, Satan is going to give you what you desire, and what you desire is not always profitable to you. Right? You may think that you need to move to Nevada to succeed, right? To find a wife, to find a new job, or start a family, whatever the case is, when really you need to stay in Idaho, right? Jonah desired to leave Nineveh, right? He desired, it was pleasurable to him to go to another place, but that's not what the Lord had in store for him. That's not what he was supposed to do, right? So, Lord willing, this was profitable. This was edifying. This was something that, I don't know, maybe relatable. At the end of the day, I hope that this was something that you could learn from or put back in your remembrance, your memory. And Lord willing, I make another video soon. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Shalom.